Hello everyone and welcome to Bevins Bricks, and in today's video I got a little special treat. I'm going to try and teach everybody how to make this curved Mills rose plate. So if this is something that interests you, stick around because it's coming up. Now, first I'm going to start with some of the theory, I'm going to call it, as to how I came up with the pattern on the lines that I have. And what I did is I made a little gauge stick, is what I call it. Because my Mills plate roads, all my lanes, are 8 bricks in width. So with that, these are 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I did yellow because my center line is always 3 plates. And then I did 5, 6, 7, 8 bricks again. And then I put my other white line on the other end for my gauge stick. And the edge of the road, just to show you, because here is a Mills plate, half of this Mills plate anyway, pulled apart. As you can see, you start with dark bluish gray, then you go white, and then you do the 8 bricks. Now to show you what I mean by its gauging stick. So now, because I know this is the back edge, the first thing I do is I make this piece. This piece is this piece right here. And it's got a nice quick round corner. And as you can see from the back side of it, I have my 2 Mills or Technic pins. I have my 2x2 in the corner. And then I have my bricks with studs on the side of them to hold these into place. Anyway, once I get that set into place, what I actually did is I took my little gauging stick, and I'm trying to show you here, and this is why, if I can get it to roll, there we go. And this is why the line is the way that it is. As you can see, when you slide it right through, I tried to keep it as centered to my gauging stick as much as possible. And that was how I came up with the curve that I have, was by using this little gauging stick that I made for my Mills road plate. Now, let's try and go and talk about some of the actual pieces. Some of this is really hard to explain, and I really don't know how to do it without making a video that is insanely long in length, but I'm going to try and cover it as thoroughly as I can. The first thing I'm going to tell you is you have to make 2 of these type of plates. And what it is, I'm trying to show you, because once you take them, these 2 will snap together like so. And then that forms your actual full curve. So you actually have a stair pattern in between these. Now, what I want to try and show you is up close as much as possible as you're going, because you start with 2 plates here, then you go 3 bricks, you do a plate, and then technically it's 3 bricks, and then it's 3 bricks minus a plate with 2, which is where this one started, and then you start that pattern over again. Now I'm going to stop and slowly take a really good image of this as close and as personal as I can. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I'm hoping with the angle that I'm doing, you will be able to clearly see all the pieces and you will be able to count those pieces. And that's why I'm going to be holding it on different angles, as I thought it would be much easier just to give you guys pictures that you can actually examine and look. And again, the center, just like on all my regular road plates, it's 3 plates thick. And then as you go, you just have to keep moving the plates down and around. And the same thing applies for the top edge. Trying to show you that very closely. And again, you can pause it and count all the different pieces out. And this is only half of the plate. So again, trying to show you the bottom of it again. Then you can count up slowly, and there's the top. Now, this piece that I'm holding in my hand is what is going to go right here on a Mills plate. You have to do another piece as well. And here's the other piece. And now the other piece is actually a little bit smaller, and I will show you in comparison on top of it. As you can see there, it has got the cutouts, but it is all smaller. And that's part of the process to make it fit. Anyway, trying to show you up close and personal now, this is the second plate. And again, I am trying to hold it as steady as possible and make it to where the reflection of the light is allowing you to count all the different plates and stuff that I am using on the center line So if you wanted to be able to actually fully mimic this, you could on your own. But again, you start with 2 plates, you go up, you go 1 plate, then there's no plate, and then you start with 2 plates again as you count out the squares. And that keeps everything nice and smooth and elegant and fitting together well. And again, I am trying to hold this really slow so you can count the pieces, and hopefully you can even pause this to count the pieces, and it'll help you even more. Next up, I want to try and kind of show, if I can get it to work anyway, how this is laid out. Now, really, and again, I'm trying to hold it way back and excuse the messiness of this particular plate. I'm not worried about it, though, because it's going to be covered with fresh new Lego pieces. But I'm trying to keep this up high, so if you wanted to pause it, you could pause it and count everything out. But to real quickly explain, you have 6, actually you have 3 1x2 Technic bricks on that side, and you have 3 1x2 Technic bricks on that side. And then you have your 1x4s on the back side, and then the 1x2 on the corner with 1 hole. And again, I want to show you on the front, those are the 2 hole, that's the 1 hole. And then the rest of this is just brick to hold that road plate into place. The other thing, again, I showed you this piece, and you can't use this piece until you're ready to snap it into the corner with the other pieces. And to do that, you have to take these pieces back off and put them on that road plate that I already showed you. And I am going to show you once again how we do that as well. So now to give you a quick idea, again, I'm just trying to squeeze it and make sure this is all together. You have a 1x6 plate on the top here, or in my case, I have a 1x4 and a 1x2, but you can put a 1x6 there as well. But anyway, you take 3 of your little Technic bricks and you put them on that side, just like that. And then you grab your other plate and you do the exact same thing on the top. And then once you did the top, now we got to go to the bottom. So now that we have the top on, we're going to take our 1x4 with brick studs on the side and pop that on the 1x4 gray. And then you're going to grab your other one and you're going to do the exact same thing, but in this particular case, I'm using 2 1x2s. And now that we have that, we're going to place it onto our base plate. Anyway, now let's go ahead and pop it down. So we're going to take our first section with our plate, or modified bricks with studs on the side, and place it down here like so. And then you're going to take it and push it down. And as you can see, it's pretty well aligned. Push it down on that side. And just to show you, that is the fit that you get against those bricks. Trying to go slowly and show you guys that. And now we're going to take this and set it down. And you can actually, if you want to play with it, you can actually connect it up in here as well. To me, I really didn't feel like it was needed. I just do it the way I'm showing you. But anyway, we take our second piece with our modified bricks and we squeeze that up inside there. And it is a nice snug fit. We push that down on that side. We push this one down on that side, and now it's good and tight. The only thing else you need to know is you got to put a brick, and you can either use a brick or you can use 2 plates with a tile on top of it, and you got to stick it in that corner just to fill it in. And now we're going to take the rest of the piece that I showed you earlier, and we're going to set that right on top of there and pop it in place. Now, that road is very, now mind you, it still does lift a little, and I want to show you that, but it's not to be anything to be alarmed about, because once we start tiling out the perimeter, that is going to fill in extremely quickly. Now, this is where things are going to get a little goofy. We're going to start with a 1x1 plate, and then we're going to take a 1x6 and put it across here. And now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a 2x3 sloped piece, wedge piece if you will, and we put that on next. Then the next part that we want to put on is we want to put on a 1x3, and I am trying to find it. Here it is. Put on our 1x3 right in front of that one. And now we're going to take, it is a very unique looking piece. It's actually a newer piece. And the only reason that I have these is because I recently bought some. And anyway, we take that piece and it just snaps right here. And yes, it is very loose, but it'll be connected very well with the next piece that goes behind it. Anyway, now that we have that on, we're going to take this 1x3 or 3x3, I should say, and put that next to there, like so. And I am trying to keep everything in the camera as much as possible, so please bear with me. Now we're going to be taking, this is just a 4x4 plate, and I have the little corner piece there, and we're going to put that on that piece, and then we're going to come back with another one of these 3x3 wedge pieces. And excuse my little friend for kicking on in the background. I don't know why he always wants to kick on when I am filming. Anyway, now that we have that, we're going to take this goofy piece again, put that there, and then we're going to take a 1x3, whoops, wrong one, another 1x3 wedge anyway, and we're going to put this guy here, and we're going to put that, if I can get him to snap anyway, there we go, put that there, and then we're going to take another 1x3, or 2x3 if you will, put him there, and then we're going to go back with a 1x6 plate, and put that there, and then a 1x1 here. And again, excuse the noise in the background. Now, something I want to show you is how we have to fill this in to make it a little bit stronger. And it's really quite easy. All we're going to do is take some 2x3s. We're going to put one here and one here, right behind the goofy wedged piece. We're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to put one here, and we're going to put one here. And that's just to give us our basic shape. Anyway, now we're going to come back and start tiling it. So now we're going to tile this with a 1x4, a 1x2, and here's where it gets a little goofy, because now we put a 1x3 on before, or a 2x3 on before, but now we're putting this guy on top of it. So that's going to go there. And now the next piece, we put our typical 2x3 on. And now here's another really interesting piece, if I can grab it, is this guy right here. We're going to put one of these over the first portion of that goofy slope, and then we're going to take another one of these and put it over that second portion of that goofy slope. And now, as you can see, it's locked in pretty well. It's not going to go anywhere, even though I am flinging parts off elsewhere. But anyway, now that we are here, we're going to come back, and I actually put that on backwards. That piece goes this way. But anyway, now we take another one of those 3x3s. At least that's what I've called them anyway. This guy right here. We're going to put one on this side. And then we're going to do the same thing and put another one on this side. So that gives us that portion of the slope. And then we come back here to that goofy piece again. We put one there. And this is why we put the 2x3s behind it, because now we put one of those on top of that 2x3. And then we take our 2x3 wedge piece here, put one there. We take the 2x4, put that there, and then we follow up with a 1x4 plate or tile, and then another 1x2 tile. And that is how we get that tiled and curved. And again, I know I'm sorry, this is probably not the best instructional video, but man, this thing would take forever to try and do it absolutely step by step. And that's why I'm looking at possibly trying to build this in studio for people. But the other thing that I want to say is, if, like with this particular piece, because all you're going to do now that you have this in here is you're going to start taking your 4x4 plates and you can just run them right over the thing and just plate it all the way around. Where in this example, I plated it in green, and that's because I wanted it to have an individual sidewalk. And then this is a grassy area. So as you can see though, if you want to keep that nice little curve like I have there, all you simply do, and I'm trying to get up close and personal so you can see it, is how I did the 1x4 and the 1x3 and the 2 and all so on and so forth. you just put the exact opposite piece on that side, and it just follow it along all the way through. The only place that it gets different is where you have this 3x3 piece. You put that new goofy piece in its place, and then these pieces go in a stepped down. So that gives you that nice even flow of the sidewalk on your mill's plate. And then you tile in between them, as you can see there. And again, like I said, I apologize. I know this isn't the best way to do an informative video. I really don't know how to do a really perfect video on this. I'm just trying to be helpful because I know a lot of people are really dying to learn how to do a curved mill's road plate. Now, I know this video was a little hard to follow, and I apologize for that, but I'm hoping it taught everybody a little something about making curved roads. So anyway, as always, thank you for coming to Bevins Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below, and hopefully we'll see you next time on Bevins Bricks.